Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a testing dupes video. This is super exciting, and I know I say that in a lot of videos, but today's video is special because I'm going to be talking about my favorite gloss of all time. You guys know the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb, and I'm going to be testing out drugstore / affordable dupes for that gloss. I've searched around online a little bit to see what people think is a dupe for this gloss, and I've come up with a couple of different options. These are things that I have found kind of online here and there, so I did not come up with these dupes myself, but I'm going to share some of them with you guys today, and we are going to see if they are actually dupes. Before we get started, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you have not already. Join the fam and like this video if you enjoy it and find it useful. Be sure to turn on that notification bell down below right next to the subscribe button if you want to be notified when I upload, and we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. I am wearing the Fenty gloss on my lips right now over top of another lipstick, so it's not going to look the same as it would if I were to wear it on its own. Alright, so this is the original Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. This is what the packaging looks like. It's really stunning packaging and kind of goes with the rest of the Fenty Beauty line. This retails on Sephora and the Fenty Beauty website for $18, and you get 0.3 fluid ounces, which translates to 9 milliliters, which I do think is more than you would traditionally get in a gloss, so this is a really good size, and the price isn't bad, but I know some people don't want to go out and spend $18 on a gloss. So I'm going to talk about the potential dupes that I have for you here today. Two of them are from the drugstore, and one of them is very affordable, but you can only buy online. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. I will be including lip and arm swatches in this video, with the lip swatches being in front of my ring light and the arm swatches being in natural daylight, so you guys can kind of get a really good idea of what they look like in different kinds of lighting. The first one I have here is the Revlon Super Lustrous Lip Gloss in the shade Rosy Future, and I think this is probably the most popular dupe that I have found on YouTube and Google and anywhere else I looked for dupes for the Fenty Gloss Bomb. This one was the most mentioned. This lip gloss retails for $8.49 at Ulta, and I do believe it is $5.99 at Target and Walmart. I don't know why it's so much cheaper there, but I did buy mine at Ulta, not realizing how much cheaper it was to get it at Target and Walmart. So with this lip gloss, you do get 0.13 fluid ounces, which translates to 3.8 milliliters. That is quite a big difference in size. The Fenty has a lot more gloss in it, and honestly, this doesn't look that much smaller than that gloss, but I guess it's like less than half the amount of gloss. Honestly though, it takes quite a bit of time to go through a full lip gloss, and I do feel like this is kind of the size lip gloss that you would see regularly. So if you were to go ahead and purchase this at Walmart or Target for $5.99, that would be a pretty decent price in comparison to $18 for the Fenty gloss, which you do get more product. I do want to say, since I have tried this on my lips and I have swatched it on my arm next to the Fenty gloss, I definitely think that it is more pink toned than the Fenty gloss. I feel like that one's a little bit more peachy and a little bit warmer. This one's a little bit more pink. Honestly though, in the packaging side by side, they do look very similar, but I do think this one is just a little bit pinkier and maybe a tad bit more pigmented. The Fenty gloss does have color to it, but when you apply it to the lips, it comes across very sheer, and there's not a lot of glitter in it. It's just kind of like subtle shimmers. I do feel like the Revlon gloss has more shimmers in it, and it is a little bit pinkier and just a tad bit more pigmented. With that being said, I do feel like these are very similar. Not the closest, but I do think it is an affordable alternative. The next one that I found is the Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Steelo. This is in collaboration with LOreal here on YouTube, and I do believe this is a bit of a newer gloss. This gloss can only be found on Colourpop.com, unless perhaps they carry it at Ulta. I know that Ulta does sometimes carry Colourpop, but I have not seen this gloss online. I've only seen it on Colourpop. So this gloss does retail for $6, and you get 0.11 ounces, which is 3 grams. So this is the smallest size lip gloss that I have here today. You get the least amount of product in this, and it honestly looks like it has more product than that, but that's what the tube says. I don't think that's awful, but the other lip glosses here do have more product in them. With that being said, this one is definitely the closest to the Fenty Gloss Bomb in color, in formula, everything about it. I will say that this one has more pink shimmers. I believe that this one has just gold shimmers, but this one has gold and pink shimmers, so you can kind of see that when you apply it to the lips, that this is a little bit more shimmery and has more pink shimmers in it. It wasn't very noticeable, and I would definitely consider these dupes just because of how similar they are, and you can't really notice the pink shimmer. It's just, I could notice it because I was looking for every little detail, but I do feel like it was very mild, like you could barely see the pink shimmers. But even still, I definitely think that this would be considered a dupe for the Gloss Bomb because it is extremely, extremely similar when you apply it to the lips and when you swatch it especially. I just think that they were really, really close. So yeah, maybe I should have saved this gloss for last, but I do have one more to talk about. So I do have 3 dupe options in all. Alright, so the last lip gloss I have to talk about is the L'Oreal Infallible 8 Hour Pro Gloss in the shade Dulce de Leche. Every single time anything has that shade name, I completely butcher it, but that's just how it's going to be. You do get 0.21 fluid ounces in this product, which translates to 6.3 milliliters. With this, you get the closest amount of product to the Fenty Gloss Bomb, still less, but it is the closest as far as how much product you get in here. I will say though, this looks like a smaller tube, which is kind of odd, but I guess looks can be deceiving. This does have quite a bit more than the other dupes that I mentioned. I will say though, right off the bat, you guys are gonna see in the lip swatch and the arm swatch, this is the least similar to the Fenty Gloss Bomb. I will say I only found one place that said this was kind of a dupe. It was like an article that I found on Pinterest, I believe, and that's the only place that I saw saying they consider this a dupe. So it's not like it's a super popular opinion, but I would say that this isn't a dupe. I will say that these are very similar in shade and tone, but this one is deeper, it's more metallic, and I don't think it's quite as shiny on its own. The metallic look to it definitely makes it look more shiny, but without all those shimmers and glitters in it, I don't think that it would look as shiny as the Gloss Bomb does. The Gloss Bomb, out of all of these glosses, has the least amount of shimmers and glitters in it. It is the most clear toned, and it is definitely very glossy on its own. It just has that beautiful sheen without them having to add a ton of glitters and shimmers, which I think is what makes it really unique and really beautiful. But if you do want something that has a more metallic look to it, or has more shimmer, or maybe a bit more pigment and is a bit deeper, this is definitely a good option. I did forget to mention the price. This retails for about $8.99 at Walmart, which is where I picked it up, and on ultabeauty.com it is $9.99. So $1 more, not too bad. If you're wanting to get Ulta points, then I would say go for it. It's only $1, but I did pick this up at Walmart. So this one is the most expensive compared to the other two, but you do get quite a bit more product in this, so I guess it kind of balances out. But yeah, I would definitely say that this is the farthest from the Fenty Gloss Bomb, and I wouldn't consider it a dupe, but I do think that it is a beautiful gloss, and I would definitely recommend it to you guys because I think there's a beautiful formula on this. If you like a gloss that is just a little bit more metallic than the average, then I would say go for it if you want something similar. But yeah, I wouldn't consider it a dupe to the Gloss Bomb. Alright guys, so that is all I had to share with you today. I just wanted to talk about a few dupe options that I have been hearing about, and I think I kind of explained my thoughts pretty well with each gloss. But as I said, the Colourpop one is definitely the closest I would consider a dupe for the Gloss Bomb, and I would definitely say the Fenty Gloss Bomb is still my favorite gloss of all time. I don't think any of these glosses have topped this, partly because it smells amazing and none of these other glosses have this smell. They all just don't really have a scent. So definitely not a bad thing. They don't smell really bad or have anything that would make me turned off by them, but I do think this is the smoothest out of all these glosses. It has the least amount of shimmer, it feels the most moisturizing and hydrating, and it is the most sheer wash of color, which I do like, but I also like a little bit more color with those other glosses as well. So it kind of just depends on what you prefer. I do think that if you want to splurge, the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb is beautiful and amazing, and I love it so much, and it smells so good. So yeah, I guess it's just personal preference and what you guys think about what I've said about these. But I do think these are definitely all awesome lip options. I do think the affordable ones are really amazing, and I think it's really cool that you can get awesome quality lip glosses at the drugstore. I do think that is going to wrap it up though, guys. I really hope that this was useful for you in some way, and maybe you found a dupe that you would love to try out. I am going to link all of these products down in the description box below as usual. Please don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't already. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Turn on the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload videos, and leave me a comment down below letting me know any suggestions that you have for me for videos in the future. Alright, so I guess that's going to be it. Have an amazing day, guys. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!